Alright, I'm back with more old type regular videos. I'm sorry for letting you wait that long. It's been a very busy time lately, but now I have time. Okay, so why I think life is fundamentally meaningless. I've most likely talked about this before, but I don't listen to my own videos actually, and I tend to forget what I talked about in the past. So it's good for me in a sense to repeat myself and to come to the same conclusion again. Or maybe another conclusion, who knows. Um, okay, so let's start. Why is life meaningless? Well, first of all, I have a logical explanation for this. So don't call me a pessimist. It's not because I don't like life or anything else that is personally related. It's all based on pure logical reasoning. In other words, it's supposed to be neutral, okay? It has nothing to do with me liking or not liking life. So anyway, why is life meaningless? Because life is stuck in an endless loop. There is no end goal. I mean, what is our purpose in life? Generally speaking, and I think that we can all agree on that, is that we are seeking happiness and love, and we're trying to solve problems. Happiness, love, satisfaction, comfort, solving problems. Those are the things that literally keep us busy doing what we're doing on a daily basis. But life is dualistic. In order to be happy, there must also be sadness. If there is love, there also must be hate. If there is comfort, there must be discomfort, joy, suffering, etc. These dualities will always exist together. There will never be joy without suffering. Okay? We all know that. Now, we as the human species, the most evolved species, we believe that we are going somewhere, that we have purpose in this universe. By becoming more intelligent and technologically advanced, and by discovering more and more about the nature of reality and consciousness and whatever else, we are going to achieve something very significant. But you see, the dualities of life are endlessly alternating each other. For example, the duality of problem and solution. The brain is designed to think and to detect problems and to solve them. Now imagine that literally all problems are solved. The brain would become useless and we wouldn't need it anymore. Okay, we would simply stop thinking and the brain would just die. That is what would happen if this duality would collapse. We would die. The brain would become an unnecessary instrument. So if you want to maintain life, you need to maintain this duality. You need to maintain the existence of problems. We constantly need the existence of problems in order for our brains to stay alive and keep it functioning, to solve problems. But ironically, if we want to stay alive forever, then we would need an endless amount of problems. This is very ironic and paradoxical because on the one hand, we want to achieve something in this universe by discovering and solving as many problems and mysteries as possible. But on the other hand, we know logically that this will literally go on for infinity if we desire to stay alive forever. Because if all problems and mysteries are solved, then there is no practical need anymore for the brain to keep on working. Now that is a logical paradox. And the same goes for all dualities in life. We always want to solve or prevent the negative aspect of life, but we always need it to maintain our existence. We are fighting the bad, but in order to maintain our existence, we need to maintain the bad. and that is why life is fundamentally meaningless, because we are stuck in this endless dualistic loop. Okay? It may seem as if we are growing and growing as an advanced species, but it's always relative. The process of growing and growing is endless. If there actually is an end to it, we would eventually die. Okay? If there actually is an absolute end goal of life, it would definitely be death itself. But if we want to maintain life and still believe that there is a purpose, then we will continue doing what we're doing forever and ever. So I really believe that the only absolute meaningful purpose of life is death. As long as we are alive, everything that we're doing, we will continue to do it forever, as if we are stuck in an endless loop, as if we are a dog chasing its own tail forever, constantly searching for more satisfactions, more solutions, more knowledge, more desires, more stuff to think about, more stuff to keep the brain busy forever and ever and ever. The fact that this process will literally last forever, theoretically, this is by definition meaningless. Life will never reach a point in which it will be absolutely satisfied for once and for all. It will never reach a point in which it will be absolutely happy for once and for all. It will always be contrasted with suffering and desire, precisely because those are required for the existence of happiness and satisfaction. If suffering didn't exist, eternal happiness wouldn't be possible. So again, this quest for searching happiness and satisfactions is endless, and it has no end goal. Therefore, this process is objectively meaningless. It's like healing the same wound over and over and over and over again forever. It's like breaking your hand with a hammer and then letting it heal, and then breaking it again, letting it heal, breaking it again, letting it heal forever. So what's the meaningfulness of this? Why would you bump your head against the same door over and over and over again just to enjoy the temporary parts in which your head is not in pain? And while knowing that an endless amount of bumps will follow, what is the damn point? So yes, I would say that the continuation of life is not logical. What would be logical after all? Is it logical to solve problems, but to maintain the existence of problems such that you can maintain your existence? No, that would be logically paradoxical. Solving an infinite amount of problems is meaningless because there will always be an infinite amount of unsolved problems ahead. There is nothing intelligent about solving an infinite amount of problems. So I really believe that theoretically, if you could attain absolute logic, absolute intelligence, you would be dead. You would naturally die. Your brain naturally dies out because there is nothing left to do for your brain. No more need to think. No more need to solve problems, to chase satisfactions, to do something. All of that would be thrown out the window, and you would simply do nothing and become a thoughtless void, ending in total nothingness. That would be the ultimate purpose of life, to end up in absolute nothingness. We would end up in a state of absolute desirelessness. This is what absolute intelligence would do or would become. Nothing, void, death. And that's why I'd like to think that if there is a God, he wouldn't exist, because he is absolutely intelligent and he knows that existing is not logical. So whether you die right now due to an unfortunate accident or illness or suicide, or whether you keep on surviving for billions of years and keep developing yourself, trying to become a more and more advanced superhuman, gaining more and more knowledge of the universe, of the nature of reality, and eventually you will reach the state of absolute enlightenment. But that state will also equal death. You will stop existing naturally. Okay? In other words, it will always end with death. You will lose yourself, your life, your ego, your personality. That is what seems to be the purpose of life, to lose yourself. Okay. That's enough for a video. 12, almost 13 minutes now. Okay. Thanks for listening. More videos coming up very soon. No more months of waiting. Okay.